welcome to come.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on? What? All right, you go in, Tony.
Good. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
Hello!
Do it like that.
Hello!
Yeah, like that.
Hello!
Not like that.
No, that was awful.
The one you did when I wasn't.
Hello!
Okay, save it for when it's on.
Sorry.
God, you know, I turned off the microphone, and you're like, gold. I turn the microphone on, and I get ah. Seriously, ready?
Hello! Damn, I was an idiot. Damn it. Hello!
That was it.
All right. This is the one. Hello! Hello!
Hello.
Hello! Hello! Hello!
Hello.
Hello!
So yeah, do it like hey. All right, you ready from hey?
Hey!
Now.
Hello! Hey!
Knockem Dead Comedy Show.
time.
No, that was awful.
I think I broke it. You break it, I'll kill you. What are you doing? Oh, this came off. Yeah, because you were messing with it. Sorry, I fixed it. The Knockem Dead Comedy Show, everybody. Thanks for joining in this morning. Mike's here. Hello, Mike. Yeah.
He's here, all right. He's breaking stuff, pain in the balls. Hey, the Knockem Dead Comedy Show. We're here on Gov's Comedy Club podcast. Please, I swear I'm going to kill him. I swear I'm going to kill him.
His phone doesn't work.
You narcissistic bastard. You can't,
Do you know what
can't
that
let
word
me
means?
speak for a second
Sorry.
without messing with stuff to get all the attention.
But why? I'm not trying to get attention. Why,
You are.
I'm not
'Cause
distracting you.
You are.
I'm
You're
doing
totally
my own
distracting.
thing.
No, you're right, because you're trying to get the attention. Knockem Dead Comedy Show, as I was trying to say, coming at you on Gov's Comedy Club podcast. Please share the link on all your socials to all of our shows. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here on Gov's Comedy Club podcast. And, of course, the Knockem Dead Comedy Show. We're coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club, where you can see a lot of great shows this weekend. I'll tell you about it in a few minutes. Good morning, everyone. Please, again, would you... He's like a little kid.
I'm not like a little kid.
You're
I'm
right. You're right.
curious.
You're just a narcissist who wants the attention. See, Jennifer, would you tell him to stop, please?
I'm a scotch.
Good morning, Romeo. Good morning, Romeo. He says, "Good morning, Professor Buckwheat." He has dubbed me Professor Buckwheat. That is his new name for me.
I know. I don't know what that means.
Well,
I know what professor means, but
my nickname in high school was Buckwheat. That was my nickname in Hicksville High School because I dressed up as Buckwheat for Halloween in 8th grade.
oh,
I didn't do blackface. I just put the hair up. I wore clothes similar to Buckwheat, and I was just walking around. Okay, and the name stuck. So for the rest of high school, I was Buckwheat to my classmates. Now, John, he's always telling me how impressed he is with the music knowledge, the useless information that's in here.
that's not useless.
So he's putting it together, Professor Buckwheat. So, and of course, we call him Romeo. So Romeo and Professor Buckwheat. We were talking just before we went on the air about stupid things that people do and causes them to die. You were telling me about somebody who took one of these electronic dusters.
That's not electronic. It's a can of air, compressed air.
Right, but it's an electronics duster.
Electronic stuster? How do you
An
spell that?
electronics duster.
Yeah, but you said stuster.
No, I didn't.
You stuttering prick. Not that there's wrong with stutter. I'm not making fun of people that stutter.
Yes, you are.
Man.
Son of a bitch. You were telling me that about someone who used one of those things to get high, and it killed him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, no sympathy. If you're doing something stupid.
It wasn't suicidal or anything. He just
Right, it
wanted
was
to
just
get
right.
high. Yeah.
Well, then I said, oh, funny you should say that because I have a couple of things on this piece of paper that list stupid things.
Do the one so I can tell my comeback joke?
Yeah, I guess. A mother of two died while eating dozens of marshmallows at a fundraiser for her son's rugby club. This was in Wales. This actually goes back to September. That's how long I've been holding on to this story. Natalie Buss, B-U-S-S.
Oh.
Natalie Buss was taking part in a contest to fit the most marshmallows into her mouth when she collapsed and died.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
Yeah.
What? Can I ask you a question?
Unfortunately.
Is there any more information about it? Get it? Never mind. I thought it was funny. It didn't land properly, did it?
No, that wasn't the problem. It landed just fine. The woman was an accountant, so you'd think she'd be a little smarter. Eldest son was reportedly a member of the club, had been called on stage by the DJ to take part in the 60-second competition. After swallowing dozens of pink and white marshmallows, she is said to have left the stage and collapsed in a corridor.
In the corridor?
In the hallway.
Oh.
Corridor.
Corridor. It's C-O-R-R.
It is, but isn't it pronounced corridor? Corridor? In the corridor.
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 The corridor. Odd name.
Now, another woman.
That's all this more information you have?
He actually repeated it.
Yeah, that's pretty bad when you try to repeat a joke to try to make it land.
well, that's what we're supposed to do here is try to make people laugh.
Well, callbacks are a funny thing, but in most cases. Here's another one. A woman was wedged between boulders for 7 hours. Oh, this also took place in Wales. Apparently, they're not very smart in Wales.
No.
She slipped headfirst into a 3-meter crevice. I don't know what that translates here. 3 meters? How many inches is 3 meters?
Wow, you don't know the metric system, huh?
Inches. Why? Do you know?
No.
All right. Well, then shut up.
You can't shut me up. I'm the unsung majority, big mouth.
What's that from?
I don't know.
Oh. 118 inches. That can't be right.
Yeah. What do you mean? It's the Google. Google's never wrong.
108. That's like 118 inches. That's almost 10 feet. All right. Maybe it is. All right. She slipped head first because, but that wouldn't be a crevice if it's 10 feet, 10 feet wide. Unless it was 10 feet long. But
if she fell 10 feet onto her head, I could see why she would die if it's.
Well, she didn't die. She was just stuck there for 7 hours. But it doesn't say 3 meters. I mean, if she's wedged, it can't be 10 feet because how would you be wedged in a 10-foot space?
No,
10 feet down.
I think she felt. I don't know. You're not giving me some more information about it, but I think she fell 10 feet, and it must have been a very narrow crevice.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They're not giving us that information.
No.
They're just saying how long it was. She dropped her phone. So she went to go retrieve it and got stuck.
These phones will be the death of us, won't they?
Matilda Campbell. They spent an hour attempting to free her while she was hanging upside down before they called for help. They removed several heavy boulders to create a safe access point. Then, with both feet now accessible, the workers navigated Campbell, a woman who's in her early 20s, feet first up through a tight S bend, which took an hour. She was freed with only minor scratches and bruises, and her phone could not be retrieved. That's what you get, dummy.
Oh, so she didn't die.
She didn't die. She was just stuck, though, for how many hours did I say? 7?
7 hours.
Yeah.
That's a long time to be upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The blood rushed to her head. Yes. Mm-hmm. And she had to get a new phone. Ha. Stupid Matilda. Oh, did I make that?
No.
Oh, it was close.
You hit the rim.
The rim. All right. I have some information for you. Things that I must inform you of.
Okay.
Excuse me. Oh, all right. Let me read these comments. Mickey, come AC to bold old men on Gover podcast. Mickey, were you typing or was that talk to text? Come and see 2 bald men on Governor's podcast. I'm sure that's what he said. All right, Jennifer, I'm not responsible for my boyfriend's behavior. That's an antiquated trope.
You know, I got to tell you,
she's very intelligent.
I can honestly say she kind of dumbed down. She's hot. You agree?
Obviously.
She's much more
very book smart because her taste in men is not really. Fremda repeating a joke. What's that like? Yeah, Fremda does that all the time. So, Fremda does that all the time.
I know he does.
Yeah, and let's end that conversation there before he repeats the joke even more. Let's get him to forget about it. Yeah. All right, so I have some information that I must share with you, Mr. Kaplan. Mm-hmm. Today is Wednesday. You come in here on Wednesdays.
Yes.
Next Wednesday, I will not be here. However, I would like to know if you'd like to come with me. I am doing a game show in Goshen, New York. Goshen.
Right.
So I thought, actually, could we do the show? Goshen, I think, is like an hour and a half to 2 hours away. And I have the game show, I think, starts at 4, I think, or 4:30. So, I don't know, maybe we could do the show and then leave straight from here? Let's see. How far
Oh,
is...
gauche. You never heard that term?
And I better not hear it again. It's a little over an hour and a half. That's not bad.
Oh, that's it?
So I guess we could do the show. Do you want to go?
Yeah.
All right. I'll pay you, of course. You help me out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doing a game show at the Goshen Public Library. So, okay. So that's all right. So we are here. Never mind.
Am I allowed to speak at this particular event?
I suppose. I mean, I don't need you to host it. I'm hosting.
No, I know you. Yeah.
Yeah, you might have one or two opportunities to speak.
Well, thanks.
Don't be a grouchy prick. It's a bunch of kids.
You can't suppress me, man. Is this a free country? Well,
that's the second time you've said that. So what does that mean?
What?
You can't suppress me. I asked you before.
No, before I said I'm the unsung majority, Big Mouth. It's from an old movie, and it sticks with me because it's funny.
Thanks for telling me, because when I asked you before, what is that from? You're like, I don't know.
It's from Rocky IV.
All right, so if we keep going, I'll get more answers?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's from. It's from an old movie. It's from Rocky IV.
When they were having the press conference with Ivan Drago,
yeah,
and his manager is spewing about how horrible Americans are.
Yeah,
Paulie's off to the side.
Right.
And he goes, at least I don't, keep people behind walls with machine guns. And the Russian guy, well, who is that, And he goes, I'm the unsung majority, Big Mouth. Why am I getting the crickets?
What are you talking about? Rocky IV is the worst Rocky movie.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Can't stand it.
Yeah.
And then did you see the re-edited version?
No.
It's worse.
How could it be better? What does that mean?
So Stallone, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, he released a re-edited version of Rocky IV. And
why?
It's I guess because he knows what a shit movie it is.
Wow.
It actually, I might prefer the re-edited version, but it's still a bad movie. It wasn't enough to save it.
No.
It's a bad freaking movie. Most people say Rocky V is the worst movie. I think Rocky IV is the worst.
He even says it is.
Rocky V is the worst?
I've seen him interviewed, and he said 4 was bad, and 5, he said 5 was the worst. With Tommy the Machine Gun.
Right.
Who's dead.
No,
he probably huffed that stuff, didn't he?
Probably. Rocky V, it's not a great movie, but I just think it's better than 4. I like the premise. I like the idea behind it. It wasn't executed well, but I like the whole premise of Rocky losing his money, having to move back to the old house, trying to connect with his son, and then not going in the ring at the end. He instead has a street fight. Like, I don't know. To me, that's Rocky going back to his roots.
That's 5, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
With Tommy Gunn, yeah.
Rocky IV is just... It's just every Rocky movie, and like it's a total cash-in. There's hardly a plot, even. The Russian killed Apollo. I'm going to fight him. That's the whole movie. And it has that really bad...
The training sequence that
too. But there's that scene where he's in the car just speeding down.
Oh yeah, with
and they're just showing scenes from all the movies.
Singing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, and that goes on forever. It's like there is that movie is a total cash out. That was just.
Yeah.
I don't even know if there's a script to that movie. It's so bad.
Nah, it was all improv. I think you're right.
The re-edited version, I like better because it takes out that stupid robot maid.
Oh yeah,
like
that's and
that's
Paulie gave it
out.
a sexy voice. Remember?
Right. Yeah, that's totally out of the movie. Which
it is.
Yeah.
Thank God.
That's why I prefer the re-edited version because all that anything regarding that thing is not in the movie.
And that's how him and Brigitte met.
Oh, that's how they met?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think so, and that's how they got together. They used to work out nude.
I did not know that.
Yeah, she was interviewed once years ago. And they had a gym in their home when they were married, and they used to work out nude. I found that odd.
I guess I wouldn't mind that, for her, but who cares about him? And I would think that's dangerous. You get a dumbbell smacking, the dumbbell smacking a dumbbell onto his
dumbbell.
Onto his dumbbell. Yeah.
Any more information on that? No. Okay.
Goodness. So all right. So March 5th. will be here, and then we're going to go do a game show. March 12th is the Wednesday you'll be here. That is the 7th anniversary of this show.
Wow.
Yep.
You getting the 7-year itch?
No.
No, good.
And then the following week, March 19th, my guess is that you won't show up because we have a guest coming in.
That's not very kind.
Sure it is.
No, it's not. I've been here with guests before.
And you complain every time.
No, I don't.
No, you don't. But you've made it very well known that you prefer when there's nobody else here.
I am looking up a term.
Okay. Does it have anything to do with our conversation?
Yes.
All right.
I'm listening.
Oh, all right. Well, that was all I had regarding Wednesdays. So next week we'll
be
here. Wait.
Is it a surprise who the guest is?
No, it's Bobby Donahue. He's been here plenty of times before. You know the cartoon that I do the voice for? Oh, when I show this.
The one you did when I wasn't.
Hello.
Okay, save it for when it's on.
That's Bobby. You have no idea what I just did, do you?
No, because I
You're
was reading.
so wrapped.
I'm
is
reading
unbelievable.
something that Jennifer wrote before because it slipped my mind.
Oh, you wanted to see what trope means?
Yeah, antiquated trope.
Antiquated trope.
Can you get the term proper, please?
I'm an antiquated dope. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, gentlemen.
How are you?
Oh, wonderful. How are you guys?
Oh, good answer.
Wow.
Good. Yeah. March 5th is a busy day in the Knockem Dead Comedy Circle. You're going to do a show, and I'm going to host Diane for dinner.
Is that's all set up? That's the day?
It's tentatively set up. Okay, but she's coming in on the 5th, and she said the 5th or the 6th, and the 6th doesn't work for me, so it's going to look like it's the 5th.
I really hope she gets out of there alive.
Why wouldn't she get out of there alive? First of all, I'm dying to meet Anthony, her significant other.
He's a very nice man. I have had the pleasure.
I'm sure he is because he's with her.
Well,
so why would you think that there would be a issue?
I wouldn't put anything past you, you freak.
Oh. Well, now that you mention that, it's food for thought. Absolutely. What is he laughing at, this mutt?
I'm not really sure. I do want to inform you that all this talk about a package coming in the mail for both of us has not arrived for either one of us.
Okay, I spoke to Mrs. Rusciello about that this morning because I inquired if the package came, and now because of the U.S. Post Office the way it is, your packages will be arriving Friday.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so which is good because we can go we can go back to the post office and get our money back. Because I don't know if you know this, if they promise on a date and it hasn't arrived, and they can track it that it hasn't arrived, you get your postage back.
Oh, but they still deliver it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I did it a couple of times.
Wow,
yeah,
nice.
which is kind of cool.
That is cool.
Yes, Michael's a baby because he wanted to know what I'm sending him. He insisted. What are you sending me? What is it? What is it?
I didn't say it like that. I was just showing general interest in why you would be sending me a parcel.
No, you didn't show general. What is it? I want to know. What is it? What is it? What is it?
He told me that you told him it's a phone charger.
That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. Explain, Mr. Kaplan.
It's a wireless phone charger for your phone, your watch, and other sundry items.
It's your phone, your watch, and your pod that you stick in your ear. Okay,
earpods, right?
Yeah, earpods. All right, and it's a nice gadget. And listen, it wasn't my idea to send this. You have to understand. You know, it's my other half.
But why did you get two of them?
What?
Why did you get two of them?
Why did I get 2 of them?
That was. Am I speaking a different language?
Well, first of all, they were handouts on the Next Gen convention in Texas.
Oh.
So she thought of you. You are not getting one, Mister. You're getting something that it's important that you would appreciate. Would you like to know what it is, or would you like to wait till Friday?
I'll be surprised.
Not you. Shut up.
Oh, I thought you were talking to him too.
So did I.
No. I don't want to talk to him. What am I going to talk to him for?
Do these chargers? Does it charge a leg?
No, I don't think so. But I understand it's for the phone. But would you like to know what I am sending you, Mr. Walker?
So I'm not getting a charger. That's just for Mike.
No, that's just for Mike, and that has nothing to do with me. Dawn, my wife, said Michael would like this, and she sent it to him. I turned around and said, "Screw him! What does he need that shit for?" But my wife said, "No, we sent it to him."
You know what she should send him? She should send him a mirror.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he's such a narcissist. He cannot ever handle when he is not being able to
That's not
talk. You would not believe the noises he's sitting here making on the microphone while you're speaking.
I see it. I see it.
I see
it.
Unbelievable. It's quite remarkable.
Well, you know what he says? That's his shtick. He calls it his shtick.
I have 2 sticks.
You know what I say?
Narcissistic. Narcissistic, Dick.
Dick. There you go.
Yeah. Does my parcel involve nudity?
No.
All right, then I can wait. I can wait and be surprised on Friday.
Okay. All right. I was going to send you a naked picture of myself, but she wouldn't let me do it.
She's a smart lady.
Yeah. We're traumatized.
There's my honey. She's here, and she's watching.
Did she ride on a Harley yesterday?
I don't know. I don't know.
All right. And please let us know how your day was. And we want the video.
Oh, it says, "Good morning, Mr. Sunshine. We have not left yet. My friend Red is here listening to the show with me." Oh, that's nice.
Hi, Red.
Okay. Red. All right. And there's a woman named Ava. Oh, I think that's Jen's daughter, who said, "Who is this? Can we move on from the charger?" Oh, she doesn't like my time again. He's throwing me off.
Wow.
He's throwing me off. All right. Well, Ava, let me explain something to you if you're listening. Okay? All right. The more you tell me to get off the phone, it's the more I'm going to stay on the phone because that's the way I am. All right. So I'm sorry. All right. All right. And Michael and Jennifer O said, "Michael, you should download the comments so you can see. You know, you're the only host that doesn't download his iPhone to look at the comments because a lot of these comments are about you."
Yeah.
Well, I don't because I know you usually read them.
I do, I do end up reading them at some point. Yes.
All right. Well, anyway, so Ava, I'm going to get off the phone now. Not because you told me to get off the phone. Okay. All right. I'm getting off the phone now so Tony can talk. And Michael can make a more of an asshole of himself than he is today.
Oh, yeah, and he's doing a good job at it. Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Love you.
Goodbye.
You know, I'm not going to conform to being a regular 60-year-old man. Fuck that. You know, if I want to fool around and be silly and have fun. Hello?
Oh, sorry. See what happens when people don't listen to you? So anyway, I was talking to my brother the other day. Oh!
Well, I look pretty professional holding a telephone.
Jennifer says,
Michael's
shtick makes me hot. That's what she said. Look at him. He's speechless, and his face is getting all red. She's talking about my pee-pee.
You're a dick.
She wrote that. I'm not kidding.
Let me tell you something.
Hey, and your daughter's watching, Jen. Calm down.
No, Ava is a very modern woman. That's all right.
All right.
With a great sense of humor, by the way.
And says that Red sends a big hello. Well, hello,
that's right,
Red.
because you know what Jennifer O says, that my brain is sexy, and that's it's like a big phallic symbol in your face. So you have the cans. I have this. You know.
We can switch. Would you like cans?
No.
All right, then what are you
No,
complaining
thank you.
about?
I'm not complaining.
You did.
I'm
You
just
complained.
talking.
It's like having a phallic symbol in my face.
Well, come on. Look.
So I'll switch it out then, and you refused it.
Wow, that's heavy.
Unlike your shtick. Yeah, Antel Red, we said hello. Hope you're having fun with your friends. Where are they from? Washington, was it? I forget. Fremder, gotta love Wednesdays with my 2 favorite tits.
Oh, God.
Okay. Can I tell you a funny story?
Yeah, I would love it.
Has nothing to do with you.
Or Chargers.
Right. So last night, Hershey and the Keegs are on at 9 o'clock. Hope you enjoyed it. Don Sill was their guest. And so I'm here because I engineered their show. You got Hershey and the Keegs, and you got Don Sill. So Mark Hirschman, who's Hershey, we had a group text between the 4 of us. And he sent it the other day. And so Don and I are very close, and he's also Lisa's cousin. So I've known him pretty much as long as I've known you. So we're very close. So I said to Don, why don't you come early? We'll get some dinner, and then we'll come here. So Washington State is where Red is from. All right, I remembered. Good for me. I usually don't remember that stuff. I don't remember where you are, Ann, but I remember where Red's from. So Don and I went to the sweet shop for dinner last night.
Nice.
So we're getting ready to leave to come here, and Don says, "Is there a supermarket on the way?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "All right. Well, we got to grab some asparagus." I was like, "What?"
What?
He goes, "Yeah, we got to grab some asparagus."
And you're on the way to do the show here with Hershey and the Keegs.
Right. So I go, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Hershey asked us to pick up some asparagus." I was like, "Don, I don't know what you're talking about." He actually told the story on the air last night, but I just thought it was great, so I had to repeat this. So I'm like, "Don, I really don't know what you're talking about." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "So Hershey texted us the other night. We were talking about the show, and then he asked if we could stay after for a few minutes. He has a skit idea that he wanted to record." I said, "Yeah, I remember that." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, somewhere in that conversation, he asked that we pick up asparagus, for the skit." I was like, "I don't recall that at all, Don." He's like, "Yeah, he did." I'm like, "All right, fine." So we stopped. There is a supermarket on the way, so we stopped, and we're picking it up. And I admitted to Don when we walked into the supermarket, I said, "I don't even know what asparagus looks like." But we found it.
I know.
And he grabbed a little bundle of it. He's weighing it. So I finally said, if Hirschman needs asparagus, why doesn't he pick it up himself? Mm-hmm. Don lives in Manorville.
Yeah.
From here, it's over an hour
mm-hmm.
from here to Manorville. So I'm like, why is the guy who has this long drive responsible for picking up asparagus? I'm less than 10 minutes away. Mike Keegan, he's probably about the same. And then Hirschman is even closer. So Hirschman, who lives the closest to here, like, let him pick up the asparagus.
Yeah.
And then Don's like, well, it's only $5. I said, no, you make sure you get the $5 from him. So we go, we pay for it. As we're walking out of the supermarket, Don says, because he's thinking now, because I have no recollection of him asking for asparagus. So Don's like, yeah, he goes, I really hope I didn't confuse his text with somebody else. So I start to laugh. I said, I would laugh my balls off if it turned out to be a text from your wife telling you to get asparagus.
Yep.
So that prompts me. So we get in the car. I get my phone out. It was not a text from his wife. It was not a text from somebody else. It was a text from Hirschman. But the text said, in order to film the skit, what apparatus would we be using? and Don even wrote back, I'll grab some. Which when we got here last night, we were saying to each other, like, none of us knew what he meant by that. But we just went with it. This whole time, Don read apparatus as asparagus.
Yeah.
And I even commented on the thing. I said, why are you asking about what apparatus? I said, we're going to be in a studio. I said, I'll record the skit with our equipment.
Right.
But, yeah, Don this whole time thought apparatus was asparagus. And we actually did pick up some asparagus, and we had it. here.
Did you use it as
No,
as a
Don
prop?
ended up taking it home.
Oh, he took it home.
I laughed my ass off.
That's hysterical.
When we realized last night in the car, because I'm still getting over my cold and my cough.
Yeah.
I really thought I was in trouble for a minute because I was laughing so hard that I was choking. And I was crying. I was laughing so freaking hard. That Don thought the apparatus was asparagus.
I'd like to know some more information about why he thought.
And thanks for ruining the whole thing.
Said,
you know what?
He thought he said
this might be a
asparagus.
good day to sit in silence.
Remember, we were going to do we did 5. What did we do one time? 5 minutes.
Was it 5?
But the thing was, we were.
Oh no! It was just you who couldn't talk and you couldn't laugh. That's what we were doing. We were trying not to make. You were trying not to break, no matter what I did, and you did.
I hung in there fairly well.
Fairly.
But you
well.
break
You did
me
break.
fairly.
That's nice. John was saying that he's glad Ann is here, and Ann said, "Well, it's hard to keep away because y'all have become family who want to see you on that Harley."
You're such a jerk.
So that's the story I wanted to share. I thought that was hysterical. I was dying. So, yeah.
Sometimes I'll tell Jennifer a joke, right? And she'll say, it's a time joke.
A time?
A time joke. I'll laugh when I have the time. The asparagus, which is very funny.
That is funny.
I would like to know how. I mean, obviously, does he wear glasses?
Don?
No, George Washington. Yeah, Don Sill.
Yes, he does wear glasses at times, yes.
Because apparatus and asparagus are very differently spelled. Much different.
It begins with an A. They both begin with an A. They both end in S. They both have P's in them. I don't think it's that far off. But I will agree with you. Put on your glasses and read.
Because he wears glasses, correct?
And it's very possible he was wearing them when he read the text.
Did you read the text? Who was it? Hershey? Maybe autocorrect is so weird on phones. Maybe it came out as asparagus, and maybe that's what it said. Did you see the text message?
Yes, I had it. Yeah, it did.
It said
spelled correctly.
apparati. Isn't that?
You try so hard to sound smart.
I do.
Now,
sometimes I pull it off.
But if it's spelled wrong, it would come out wrong on everybody's text in the whole group chat, correct?
Oh, it was in a group text.
Yeah, I did say that.
No, I don't recall you saying a group
Go
text.
back. I will bet you $50 I said a group chat. You go back and watch this show.
I don't carry cash on me.
Well, I know, yeah. I'm still waiting for my
reasons.
lunch from a year ago. Carol's watching. Poor Don. Everyone will be getting him asparagus now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he should get for Christmas.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely going to ride this wave.
Yeah, have to.
Yeah. And I don't want to go any further with that. Because then he'll go further with it, too.
I don't understand.
Good. So that's that story. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah. All right.
How long can you do that without taking a breath?
What? I don't know.
I don't know. What are you about to eat? Open a can of Campbell's soup?
One time I was driving with Shevlin.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. I was driving with Shevlin. We were coming back from a show. And what was he doing? He started doing something, and I said that to him. I said, I bet you can't do that for the rest of the ride home. It was almost 15 minutes, and he did it.
And it was
something like, he was making like a weird noise, like la 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 la, or ma 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 ma, something like that. And he did it all for the rest of the ride back to his house.
Yeah.
That's the whole story. Oh, speaking of which, I got to call him. I got a voicemail from Eric. I didn't hear it till like midnight last night. I don't even know when he called me. But he's, living in South Carolina now. He found a place down there. It's an actual venue that does murder mysteries. But that's like, up here, I don't think that would survive. If you
There's one in Philadelphia. Apparently they do all right.
and it's
the Red Rum.
Yeah, but the Red Rum is in a building. Like it's like they probably rent the space.
Yes, it's in a big building.
This is a standalone place that is a,
and that's all they do.
That's the way he explained it. And I didn't get he didn't give me the name of the place. Otherwise, I would have looked it up. But I do have to call him and find out because he's going. He's gonna go, and same thing. He's like, I'll let you know how it goes, and tell you, how it is. So that's the whole story.
That's the story you've been waiting to tell me?
No, the asparagus was the story I was waiting to tell you. Oh, you have no right to judge anybody's stuff today based on what you've been saying. Did you, Lisa and I watched the Gabby Petito documentary.
Oh, no. I haven't watched it yet. Excuse me.
It's
good.
Emphysema. Is it?
No.
Yeah, you never know.
It's a drip.
It's sad. I mean, obviously, you know what happens, but
yeah.
This kid was a douche.
It's funny. Several weeks ago, and I don't know if Miss Ava and Jennifer O is still listening. We were all hanging out watching a documentary about a murder. Right?
Which one?
I forget. It was about a man who killed his family. Right?
Okay.
Horrible story. And I kept on asking questions, right? Because I don't know. Maybe it's my creative mind. I want to be moved. I want someone to tell me their story, right? So when I'm watching a story like that, we know the ending.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody dies.
Right.
Right? It's terrible, right?
Yeah.
So the Gabby Petito thing, I don't know if I'll watch it because, first of all, it's a horrible story, right?
Yeah.
So documentaries, I unless it's a historical figure, but like murder document. Why you look at me with the
because because my wheels are spinning. What your creative mind?
Yeah.
What do you mean? You're telling me that you don't because you're so creative. You want to watch something more original where the ending is a surprise as opposed to these little storytelling documentaries. Right?
Well,
the ending.
Yeah, but the Gabby Petito. What was the?
Because that's you. I have a creative mind. I can't waste my time with this trash.
I followed the story. I read on. I read it. I watched it on all the news outlets. So I followed the story, and it was an awful story. I have a hard time watching documentaries.
Excuse me, because you know the ending?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I'll watch movies over and over again.
Yeah, right. So that's the same thing.
No, because I enjoy the story, I think. The documentaries, and Ava can chime in. We were watching this documentary, and I kept on asking the questions. Why does what? I didn't know it because I didn't know that actual story.
So why are you asking questions? Just watch the story, and then maybe they'll answer the question.
I can't. I'm not capable of just sitting there watching a story. I have questions. I have a very curious mind. Is that all right?
You do that during a movie too?
No.
So shut up and watch a documentary.
You shut up.
You shut up. I'm not watching documentaries with you. They're never going to make one about you.
How do you know?
Because you're a documentary snob.
I am not a documentary snob. I said I have trouble viewing them.
And I talk during them, and I don't like the endings.
No, but but I ask questions. I'm not like talking about, if we're watching a documentary, I'm not saying, hey, that was a nice salad we had for dinner.
You're asking questions. What's for dinner?
No, I'm asking questions in regards to the program. Wow. Your mind is what?
Rusciello says it. Creative mind, WTF.
Wow, where did he learn that? I didn't know he knew what WTF is.
There's a scene in the Gabby. First off, when I started watching it, I totally forgot she was from Long Island. Totally forgot that.
It's the most important, big part of the story.
The most important? It has nothing to do
I
with
retracted that before it came out.
Too late. It came out. And why is
Yeah.
it? And what? All right, fine. I'll go with what you ended up saying. Important. Why is that an important part of the story? Has nothing to do with the story.
No, the story is awful. I know. I don't know why you're trying to pin me down, but it was very.
I'm not pinning down.
It was
You said it.
It was an integral part of the story where
How?
she came from.
Why?
Well, to me personally, is that all right?
Oh, to you personally? You
Yeah.
didn't say that originally.
Yeah.
All right, so fine. Just so tell me why. Why is that important to you?
I don't know. Why are you asking me?
You said it.
I'm not. Wait a minute. Don't we live in a place where we can say anything we like?
Absolutely.
That's what I said.
All right. And when somebody asks why, doesn't mean they're being attacked.
I don't really have an answer.
All right, that's fine. That's all I wanted to know.
I think about viewership. I think because she's from Long Island, a lot of people from Long Island have tuned in. That's my opinion.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
What town was she from again?
Blue Point.
Blue Point, which is not too far from me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's out east.
And where was he from?
It did, you know, I'll be honest. The documentary didn't say where either one of them were from. I looked it up.
Yeah.
I didn't look up where he was from. He was Long Island too, but because it's integral, they actually
integral.
Integral.
Wasn't that
Integrity. Integral.
It's integral. You know, you said
it's integral to the story.
Wasn't that like an old Acura car? Oh, that was an Integra.
It's
that was pretty
integral.
funny, wasn't it?
It's integral. It's
integral.
It's integral to the story.
Oh my God!
Isn't it integral?
No.
Somebody help me out here.
You can look it up right on the Googler. It'll tell you how to enunciate it properly.
All right, let's see. How do you pronounce?
You know how to spell it?
I think I spelled it right.
With costs as high as they
are. Oh, come on,
now,
you stupid ads.
can afford to lose their health care. That's exactly what.
Skip.
Either integral, with an emphasis on the first syllable, integral, or
you said.
Oh, I said integral.
With an emphasis on the second syllable.
You said it like integrity.
Right.
But yeah, so I think we're both correct.
Carol says Wednesday's show should be called The Bickersons. Oh my goodness, she said. Fremder, I feel like I'm watching two testicles in an argument. John is still laughing at the creative mind comment. And he's also agreeing with Carol. Hanging out Wednesdays with my bickers, says Fremder. So
my bickers.
But there's a scene because she was video. Well, actually, that has nothing to do with it. I take that back. There's.
Well, why is that important?
Well, I took it back. It's not important. When she first went missing, before they found the body, the video that was all over the news was the cops' body cam.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This documentary shows pretty much the whole clip, the whole thing coming from his cam. So there's a scene, there's a part where the cops remove her because they pull them over. The cops pull them over. Mm-hmm. They get her out of their van. Mm-hmm. They put her in one of the cops' SUVs. And this one cop whose footage we're seeing, he's going back and forth, right? He's talking to the piece of shit, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Talking to him for a second. Then he walks over to the SUV, and the door is open, and she's sitting there, and she's crying.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, trying to talk to her, trying to calm her down. But then she looks at him, and because it's the body cam, she's looking pretty much right at the camera. And she goes, she's pointing at the her van. She goes, "Can you get my phone?" He's like, "You need your phone?" And all of a sudden, she just breaks down. Now, remember, she was 22.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, she didn't look 22. She looked like she was 17.
Oh, yeah. She had like a baby face, yes.
So he says, "You need your phone?" And she again, looking like into the camera, and she just starts crying. And she goes, "I want to call my mother." Oh, my goodness. I mean, to see that, this poor, young, innocent kid, like the shit's hitting the fan, you're in trouble, all you want to do is call your mom. And that hit me.
So you watched the whole thing?
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
Sure.
How did it come about where the cop actually let her go back with him? There wasn't enough probable cause to do anything?
It's very strange how it went. And Lisa and I were saying that after we were done watching it. Because they both had physical evidence of
some sort of
violence.
altercation.
He had scratches on his face, I think in a few spots on his face. But even her, she had a bruise. I don't remember if it was a black eye, but she definitely had some kind of bruise around her somewhere, and a bruise on her shoulder. But they seem to be focusing mostly on him and his marks. And then she even admitted at one point that she did hit him. He never admitted to hitting her. He just said, I may have hit her because I was trying to stop her. And, like self-defense.
Right.
She admitted that she was the aggressor. So the cops even said at one point, I'm not really sure what to do, because, so this is why they pulled them over, because they got a 911 call from somebody saying, I saw this guy smacking this girl.
Oh.
And then they got into their van and took off, and they got the license plate and whatnot, and then the cops found them. So, and I think it's just human nature anyway. You hear about domestic abuse, everybody I think goes to the guy first. Not being judgmental, I think it's just a fact. So they were focusing on him as the victim, and the cop, and it's really interesting. So the cops are like, "What do we do? What do we do?" And they decide that they're going to separate them for the night.
Right, I remember that.
And even this I thought was very weird. Mm-hmm. They give her the van, and the cops get him a hotel room for the night. So she's going to go in the middle of nowhere. I mean, where were they? Arizona or some shit. Like, they're going to go she's going in the middle of nowhere with a van and spending the night while he's in the safe
That makes
hotel.
no sense.
It's very weird. Plus, he had no money. The cops laid it out. So it was very weird. But so the cops are trying to figure out what to do. And they're like, do we separate them? Who does what? And then one of the cops actually says, not really sure how to go forward. He was I'm kind of leaning towards this is just an argument that just got out of control. Basically saying, this is like an embarrassing, isolated incident. But then he goes, but I'm not sure. He goes, not sure what to do because, how do we know this isn't an ongoing thing and somebody's going to end up dead? Like, holy shit. Like, it's so weird that he actually says that, because of how it actually does end. But that was kind of how they were viewing it at the time with these cops. They were kind of, again, they were looking at him as the victim, and they really kind of took more care of him than they did her.
What happened to those cops? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
Because obviously,
I know, but when you say what happened to them, I mean, would you say that they did something wrong, or was it because you don't have a crystal ball?
No,
you don't know.
You don't know, but
so it's just a fatal mistake.
It's a fatal mistake. My opinion is they should have involved someone higher up. Maybe with more experience, like a sergeant of the police department. I don't know.
Okay. That's a good point.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Especially if what you're telling me, they were in doubt. So they should have leaned on someone else that had more experience. And it's odd that they zeroed in on him.
Yeah.
And
well, again, she admitted. She said she was the aggressor. She said she started it. Which to me is a shame. This was an opportunity because she was, according to this documentary, if the chronological order wasn't screwed up, she already had pictures on her phone of herself with bruises and black eyes, and certain family members and friends who were in touch with her had a feeling something wasn't right. Mm-hmm. So if that's the case, this was an opportunity. These cops, this was an opportunity for her to say, blink twice if you're in trouble. This was her opportunity to get out of there. But I'm sure we're going to get expertise from this gentleman right here.
The cops did wrong. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Did the cops ask each one them if they wanted to have him arrested or have her arrested?
If I remember, don't hold me to it, but if I remember right, they did, and they both said no. They just wanted to, move on.
Okay. So with that, all right, is a domestic violence law. It's a federal domestic violence law. It's in all over the United States.
Yeah.
One of them had to go.
Go where?
It's the cops' decision to jail overnight.
Oh, okay.
For domestic violence. Okay, and if they asked them if they wanted to get arrested, or if they asked them if they need medical aid, and they refuse medical aid, all right, then Michael is 1,000% correct. They call their supervisor, and the supervisor makes a decision.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised.
This all could have been avoided.
No, that's a
I'm
shame.
not saying, yeah, it is a terrible shame, but the cop, a judgment call with domestic violence is a terrible thing. You have to not only separate them, it has to be documented, all right, by the courts. And that's what the problem was. And unfortunately, he went overboard and killed this poor girl. But that being said, this girl should have turned around and left a long time ago.
Right.
She should have left a long time ago, unless he kept her captive or whatever, But no, that's definitely the cop was definitely wrong.
Okay.
Unfortunately, because they didn't follow the domestic violence law. Once there's marks or once there's bruises and stuff, one of them's got to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you,
Michael. That was very astute, Michael. You're very smart. He should have called the supervisor. All right.
Well,
unfortunately, Michael, somebody should have called the supervisor on you, and they never did. That's the way you are. Goodbye.
Wow, he couldn't just give you a compliment.
No. It's always like, oh, you're a great guy, but you know what? You're ugly.
Let's see. Ava watched the documentary, very interesting, especially since she was in a neighboring high school a similar age to me.
Yeah.
How old is Ava?
20.
Gabby was 22 at the time.
Yeah.
Gabby was born a week after my daughter. And I think that's another reason why that one clip hit me. Like that's how old my kid was at the time. And
I just want to disagree with John on one thing.
All right.
Gabby should have said something, right? But when you're in that mindset that you're being controlled by somebody,
yes,
you hear about it all the time. You hear about it all the time, because it's the first reaction. Oh, she was by herself with the cop with the body cam. She could have just said, "Please get me out of here."
Right.
She was a wreck. She was a mental wreck.
22. You're still a kid, in my opinion, at that age.
And her emotional state. Being with this guy. Yeah.
Yep. Well, and not that you disagree with him, but
not necessarily disagree,
but it's just it's just another point.
I do blame I'm sorry, I'm blaming the two cops there. I don't think they handled it right.
You two agreed on, yeah. No, that's a shame. Fremder, my wife and I figured out a way to get half off any vacation destination. She goes and I stay home.
God.
All right, gonna switch gears. Go on to some more to some funny stuff. I'm gonna show some photos.
Yeah,
some funny photos.
Funny
photos. Can you can see the screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, because you'll see it here 30 seconds before it's there. That's
yeah.
All right. So here's the first picture I'm going to show is a toilet with a very interesting serial number.
I can't.
You can't. I'm going to zoom in. There's the serial number. See it?
I think so.
Say it out loud.
4U2P and 2.
I thought that was pretty funny.
That is funny. 4U2P in 2. That was like the man who invented the toilet. Remember his name?
No.
IP Daly.
Oh, right.
Come on.
Yeah.
IP Daly.
This next picture
Christ.
is a picture somebody took of some bird poop on a window. I thought this was genius. Can you see it?
No.
The poop. It
looks like a bird.
A bird poop that looks like a bird. Yeah. I thought that. You have to get it?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Bird poop in the shape of a bird. This next picture. What do you see here, Michael?
I see a water cooler that's covered by a plastic bag. Right?
And what's next to it?
Another water cooler.
What color are they?
One's white, one's black.
And the white one has what?
From my vantage point, it looks like a plastic bag over it.
Well, no, you're correct. You're definitely correct, but That doesn't look like a bride and groom to you? Doesn't it? I thought it looked like a bride and groom. All right, this next photo.
Oh, God.
This
That's
next
why
photo.
we get along so well. We have so very twisted humor.
Absolutely. This next photo, you're a big, you're like sports, but football is your game, right?
Football is my favorite. Yeah.
Yep. I don't know what team this is. I admit that to you.
Dingleberry.
Well, hang on. Let me show it. There it is.
It looks like college or the semi-pro league.
Yeah, these are guys who should not sit next to each other.
No.
But they have to because
That's very funny, though. Dingle and Berry. Yeah. Imagine the coach. Hey, Dingleberry, you're in.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's very funny. Oh, that should be in a movie.
Dingle and Berry. That should be in a movie.
This next picture. What do you see there, Michael?
Oh, I see it. It looks like a puppet, but she's got sunglasses on her head.
That's correct.
That's funny.
So it's an old lady searching through her bag.
Yeah.
If you look, her head is down. It is not a Muppet doing a skit.
It looks like a Muppet.
Yes.
It looks like animals.
Like
crazy
a white
grandmother.
Animal. Yeah, right. That cracked me up. I thought that was very funny.
There. I thought that was funny.
Sorry. All right, this next one I thought was funny.
Free Kids?
Free Kids.
Oh, Free Kids.
Free Kids outlet. So if anybody wants a kid for free, head on over to the outlet.
That's kind of creepy.
This next one I thought was very funny. It's a bookstore. The first book is God is not mad at you. He's just not that into you.
What?
Well, they're two separate books.
I see the two separate books.
Yeah. So.
God is not mad at you. He's just not that into you.
He's just not that into you. Lisa loves that movie, by the way.
Well,
they made a movie out of that book.
God is not mad at you?
No, he's just not that into
Oh, yeah, that's an older film, isn't it?
I don't know, maybe 15 years
15
ago?
years?
Something like that.
Joyce Meyer. Yeah, I know Joyce Meyer. The other thing.
What? The other thing?
The other picture,
kids?
Yeah.
The kids free?
No, my question is, did you research where that establishment lies?
Did you research where that establishment lies? Hey, Jackoff, where is that place? That's how people talk. Hey, douchebag, where's that place?
Jackoff, that's not even English.
Fine. Hey, Tony, where is that place? I don't know, Michael. Did you do your research on where that establishment lies?
Why? That's the proper way to say it.
What's wrong with, hey, where is that place? That's proper.
It's proper, but
sorry. You're a middle-class slob like me. You're not proper. Where lies that establishment?
Middle-class slob. But you called me a slob?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
yes, I did. This next picture is very interesting. That's just, right. The camera's at the right angle at the right time.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this next picture, Michael.
He's got his head up his ass.
This next picture, speaking of ass, this next picture, I am going to show you the most perfect ass. Okay? Are you ready?
I can't look at it.
Why not?
Oh, God.
That's perfect. How perfect is that? I thought that was very funny. I thought that was very funny.
Who's the lady? See, I always have questions.
Who is the young lady and where does she lie? I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, with the apple.
I have no idea. And does it matter?
To me, it does, yeah.
Why?
It's interesting.
Why?
Because I'm curious.
It has nothing to do with that photo. Has nothing to do with it.
What?
Has nothing to do with it.
Well, it's a promo, obviously, for Apple, but why are they objectifying the lady with her rear echelon?
Because that's funny. That's why. Because
that's funny?
Because she's standing in a spot where her ass fit perfectly in the apple.
Yeah, but now most men are looking at that. They're not looking at the apple of the phone. They're looking at her rear echelon.
Her rear echelon. I'm going to fucking smack you. Oh, yeah, but they're not looking at it. It has nothing to do with sex or objectifying the lady.
I disagree.
What does that have to do with sex?
It has nothing to do with sex.
Right.
But I think...
Yes, they are looking at her
people,
ass.
Yes, instead of the apple and the phone, and seeing what really the commercial, this advertisement is about.
It's not an advertisement.
What is it?
She just happened to be standing there or walking by or something, and so somebody took the picture.
Yeah, but with the phone, no, that's some sort of advertisement.
Yes, but she's just walking past it. She's not part of the advertisement.
It's advertisement.
She's not a part of it. She's walking past the sign, and it just
then
happened
why
to
is that
fit.
phone there?
I'm agreeing with you. It's an advertisement, but she's not a part of it, is what I'm saying.
So she stopped there exactly. I mean,
She either stopped or was
or
walking.
someone told
and
her
took
that
the
was-
picture at the right
that was-
moment.
That's staged.
It might be.
Yeah.
But they staged it because they're like, oh my God, look at that! It fits perfectly. We got to get a picture.
But I feel bad for her.
Why?
Because obviously she's an attractive woman. She might be like a nuclear physicist, but everyone's looking at her butt.
But they're not looking at the butt because, oh my God, it's a nice butt. I want to do crazy things.
No, I'm not talking about sexual
right.
things. Stick with the brand. Apple and the phone.
I don't know why I bring you in here. All right, let's see how Mike will tear this one apart. 2 piece of
What?
slices and a cock for only $5. And then you get a snake cake. But now this is just objectifying men's, and their private parts. And how dare they sell it for only $5? Where is this establishment, and what do they sell?
I mean, obviously, I understand it's supposed to be a Coke.
Right. It's called.
But what's a snake cake?
Who cares? Fine. You know what? Here.
I want to know
Here.
what a snake. What's
Here.
wrong with me wanting to know what a snake?
Because
cake
that has
is?
nothing to do with the joke. Fine.
No,
So we'll
it's
go like
funny.
this. Right. And which is the point.
It's funny.
Which is the whole point of the picture.
Oh God.
Yeah. This one I
Who
thought
would
was funny.
actually make a sign like that?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I thought it was great.
Wait, and what does it say underneath?
Well, the top is Come Park Plaza, Come Park Grill. So you come to the.
Oh.
Come Park Grill is at the Come Park Plaza.
Wow. Any research on where this establishment
No,
lies?
because it doesn't matter. Here's another picture that might have been staged, maybe not. And yeah, it doesn't bode well for some people, but it's still a funny photo. This girl is taking, it's a picture of a girl taking a drink, and this guy happens to be standing in front of it, and it just looks like something else.
That woman
Yeah.
who's drinking, that's
Yeah.
like a poster. And
Correct.
He's just standing in front of it.
Just like the other girl with the phone. She happened to be standing.
No, this is totally different. This is a poster with the guy, and he's just standing there, and someone
Right.
just
Just like the girl just happened to be standing there in front of the
I
apple.
think that was staged.
Yeah, and this couldn't have been staged?
It could have been by some people. I don't know.
And that's my point.
But it's different. You see her; she's eating something, and
She's drinking,
and it's a picture.
Yeah, yeah. Just like the other one was an ad with the apple and the phone that she was in front of.
Can we agree to?
You're saying she's part of the ad? That's what you were saying before.
I have a feeling.
Yeah.
That someone took an opportunity because she was standing there. Oh, this is perfect. You know, people are going to latch onto the Apple product even more so by looking at her butt.
Right.
Which is wrong.
All right, this next picture. I didn't know this. Let me.
What the hell?
Superman. Yeah, I didn't know this about. You know what? Let me see if I can brighten this up a little bit. Hang on.
Is this what you do in the evenings?
Yeah. All right. This. I didn't know Superman. I thought he had Lois Lane. I didn't know that Superman, got involved in this kind of stuff. I don't know if that's Jimmy Olsen. I don't know who that is, but
who's Jimmy Olsen?
What?
What?
What do you mean? Who's Jimmy Olsen?
You just said I don't know if it's Jimmy Olsen.
You don't know who Jimmy Olsen is?
No.
Have you ever watched a Superman movie or read a Superman comic?
Not really. You know what? I'm going to go on record right now to say I have in my 60 years on this planet. Oh, it's a water fountain.
Boy, nothing gets past Mike.
I have never, not one time, read a comic book. Never even opened a comic book.
Okay. All right. I'll let that go.
I haven't.
But there are several Superman movies. There's been TV shows.
No, I know. And the only one I ever watched was Christopher Reeve, who really didn't know how to ride a horse.
True. Christopher Reeve. How many Superman movies with Christopher Reeve?
I think I just watched the first one.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
And you don't know who Jimmy Olsen is?
I don't recall. That the Christopher Reeve movie came out. My God, what, 30 years ago?
More than that.
Yeah, long time.
I think it's over 40 actually.
Was Jimmy Olsen a bad character?
He's a Superman character, but not a bad one. And for you to not know that is kind of like communist and un-American and almost blasphemous.
Communist.
Yeah. I think most people know.
I never got into comic books. I mean, I've watched the Marvel movies and
the movies. Fine, forget the comic books. You should, but still, and Superman especially. Superman is all about the American way and hope, and he's all about America.
No, I think Captain America is, but we could argue that point.
More than Superman.
Captain America, yeah, he's a soldier.
Oh,
Superman,
yeah.
Obviously, he's a great hero. I understand, but Captain America is my idol. Anyway, even though it's not a real character, but can we go back to this Jimmy Olsen, please? I think I went to a school with a kid named Jimmy Olsen.
I actually knew a Jimmy Olsen at the phone company.
It sounds like a common name, yeah.
But no, my point hasn't wavered.
No, I know it hasn't.
You should know certain things about Superman.
Was he a good guy or a bad guy?
He was a good guy. He was one of Superman's friends. He worked at the newspaper, the Daily Planet.
Very good. You're right. The Daily Planet. I don't remember that.
Yep,
I don't
Lois
remember.
was the reporter and Jimmy was the photographer.
Wow.
All right, now I'll go off topic.
Okay.
But it's a segue. The guy that played Jimmy Olsen in the Christopher Reeve movies is the same guy who played Michael J. Fox's brother in Back to the Future. So this is a guy who has been in two of the biggest movies of the past 50 years.
Well, you can't call him the biggest. Back to the Future.
Not the biggest, but just one or two of the biggest movies.
Yeah.
There's out of the. All right, if we do movies of the past 50 years, like the best movies of the past 50 years, they're both on that list. The first Christopher Reeve movie and Back to the Future. Would you agree with that?
The top 50 movies? Back to the Future, definitely.
Okay.
Superman, close. Yeah. All right, I'll give it to you.
All right, so my point's the same. This is a guy who was in two
That's pretty
very
wild.
big movies,
Yeah.
and he didn't, become famous. He didn't become a bigger actor. That always intrigued me for some weird reason. I always found that interesting.
We like actors.
Which reminds me, I should get that guy. I should see if that guy will do an interview. Back to the Future.
While you do that, can I tell a joke?
Yes. Oh, God. Go ahead.
What does the Titanic and the Sixth Sense have in common?
There he is. Mark McClure. What is the Titanic and the Sixth Sense?
The Sixth Sense, Mike Tyson.
Fally fell thief by the thief. The Sixth Sense and what? The Titanic?
The Titanic and the Sixth Sense have in common.
Dead people. I have no idea.
I see dead people.
Did you make that up?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right, who's Scott?
Scott Free? Is his last name Free?
It just says Scott. I think this would be funnier if your guest was 13 years old.
What does that mean?
But then he says this back and forth is painful. Scott, who are you, and how did you find us? Let's see. I'm proofreading the Fremder comments.
Yeah.
Hopefully the new Superman movie won't blow. Yeah, I'll be honest. I watched the trailer, and I'm not sold. Like, it could still go either way. There has not been a good Superman movie since Christopher Reeve.
So you could say Superman, he could go either way. Pretty funny.
Who's
Scott?
I don't know. I'd like to know, actually. Romeo, Michael had a normal childhood. No normal kid that grew up in the 70s or 80s would ever read comic books.
Huh?
Yeah, John, I guess, is defending you. He's saying you had a normal childhood. No kid that grew up in the 70s and 80s would read a comic book. Why not?
Do you know
Why not?
the friends that I grew up on my street? I don't recall them ever even opening up a comic book. So yeah.
I mean, I'm not. I wasn't big into comic books, but I knew plenty of kids. I mean, comic books came out in what, the 40s?
Oh yeah,
and people have been collecting them ever since.
Yeah.
Plenty of kids read them. And I'm not saying they should have been reading them instead of being outside. And yeah, that's why we didn't read them a lot, because we were outside. And I'd much rather prefer being outside. But I'm not. But there was plenty of kids reading comic books. Just because, when you were a little kid, you were still using the cave, the carvings.
The stone and tablet?
Yeah. So, all right. And speaking of movies, I have here a list. I'm not going to read all of them.
I don't like Scott's comment.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. I don't know.
Sorry to digress.
Yeah, I'll leave it. See what else he's got to say for himself. I got a list. I'm not going to read all of them. I'm going to try and get this guy, Mark McClure.
Where is he?
That's him right there. And that's actually him as Jimmy Olsen.
Oh, I remember. How old is he?
I don't know.
Is he alive?
He is 67 years old.
Okay.
And he's all right. Let's check him out. Let's see what this guy's all about. What else was he in? Filmography. He was in Freaky Friday, the original.
He was in a lot of movies.
Oh, he was in I Want to Hold Your Hand. I remember that movie. Superman 2, Superman 3. He was in Superman. He was in Supergirl. Back to the Future, Superman 4.
Apollo 13. Apollo what?
Hang on. Chances Are, that was a good movie. Back to the Future 2 and 3.
That thing you do it. You're a music guy. That was a good movie.
That was a decent movie. It was all right.
Tom Hanks playing the manager.
Apollo 13. That's also Tom Hanks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in that too. Wow. So he's been in some good stuff. Oh, he was also in the remake of Freaky Friday. How weird is that?
He's done a lot of things.
Superman 2. Okay. Oh, he was on Smallville. What the hell? He was in the movie Frost Nixon. Oh, he's in Justice League. He was in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Yeah, he's been around. So that's just filmography. There's nothing. It doesn't list his TV credits, because I know I remember seeing him on some TV shows. I'm gonna try and grab this guy.
Well, what does it say where he resides?
He's in California, L.A.
So he could phone in.
Yeah, with Zoom.
He can use the telly.
Oh, that's interesting. There's a good trivia question. So it's Marty McFly, right? And Back to the Future. What's the brother's first name? I wouldn't have known that.
What's his name?
Oh, you don't want to guess?
Robert?
Dave.
That was close.
Okay. Oh, all right. Well, here's a few television credits. He was on Happy Days. He was in Hunter and The Shield. Okay.
Oh, the commish.
Yeah. Okay. Mark McClure. All right. So I have a list of movies that you probably didn't know had a sequel. Okay?
Okay.
The first one, again, I'm not doing all of them. A Christmas Story. The classic movie, A Christmas Story, where the kid's tongue gets stuck on the pole, and the one leg, the leg lamp, and you're gonna blow your eye out.
When's the first time you saw that movie? How old were you think?
I don't know, somewhere in the 80s. It says here it came out in 83.
83? First time I ever watched it was about 10 years ago.
Really? That's it, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's
and it is a great movie.
It's a very funny movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently there's a sequel. It's called My Summer Story / It Runs in the Family. It came out in 1994.
What?
Directed by Bob Clark, who directed the first one.
Right.
Written and narrated by Gene Shepard, who wrote the first one. The film follows Ralphie Parker, this time played by Kieran Culkin, and his family during the summer of '41 after the events of the original film. I have no idea. This movie must suck.
Yeah.
And now this one I have no doubt sucks.
The Sandlot 2. Wow.
In 2005, they made The Sandlot 2. So that's over 20 years.
20 years.
Excuse me, 10 years.
12 years.
That's 12 years after the original. The Sandlot, this direct-to-DVD sequel set in 1972, which is 10 years after the original. The story centers around Johnny Smalls, the younger brother of Scotty Smalls from the first movie. Oh, that's who's watching, Scott Smalls. And a new team of misfit players who take the legendary Sandlot for their own baseball adventure. Like the original, the kids must face off against the Great Fear, a monstrous dog guarding a neighbor's backyard. Yeah, that's the first one. Why are we doing that again? All right, don't care about that. Gone to the Wind. Gone with the Wind. Excuse me.
Gone to the Wind.
Gone with the Wind, made in 1939. Well, a sequel came out in 1994.
Come on, Scarlet?
Scarlet, yeah. Never heard of it.
No.
Apparently, there's been many attempts to make a sequel. So, 1994, premiered on CBS as a 4-part miniseries. Poorly received. The miniseries.
I would imagine.
This featured sex and rape.
What?
Ooh. And an overall unsatisfactory conclusion to a story people have been waiting 55 years to see.
Oh, my God.
The Blair Witch Project had a second movie.
I got seasick watching that.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that movie either. Carrie, apparently there's a Carrie 2. I didn't know that. It's called The Rage. So the original came out in 76. This one came out in 79. Rosemary's Baby had a sequel about 10 years after the original. Well, I didn't know that. Cruel Intentions. Who cares about that?
What was the sequel? Rosemary's Niece?
You were just dying to say that.
Yeah, I was.
Well, it's a fitting title. What happened to Rosemary's Baby?
Yeah.
Interesting. There's a Basic Instinct 2.
Risk Addiction?
Risk Addiction.
So 14 years after the original.
Yeah, 2006.
Oh, now she's sitting backwards on the chair.
Yeah, she's blocking the Yahoo.
The Yahoo. The Yahoo.
So she's in it. So Sharon Stone reprised her role as she becomes embroiled in another murder investigation. This time in London instead of San Francisco. Wow, I had no idea. And that picture, she still looks good. She's a pretty woman. Son of Mask, I think I remember that. The Legend of Zorro, don't care about that. The Jungle Book 2, I think I remember that too.
Speaking of animated movies, I watched a great animated film that's up for the Academy Award this year called Flow.
Flow?
Flow. It was.
Don't know it.
It's a Latvian film. The people that are from Latvia.
Yeah.
And it's a post-apocalyptic, film. It's supposed there's absolutely no dialogue in the movie.
Really?
It's just the main character is a little grayish cat. And water is rising. He goes on the roof of his home, and he actually jumps in a boat with several other animals. You know, a lemur, a couple of dogs, this and that. And it's actually a magnificent film how animals bond, take care of each other, and there's almost like a little death sequence in there. It's beautiful. People should check that out. Flow.
How long is this movie?
It's an hour and a half.
Really? With no dialogue?
Zero dialogue.
Wow.
Beautiful, great film.
All right. Also on this list, there was a Speed.
Oh, I know there was a Speed.
Yeah,
too.
with Jason Patrick. Yeah.
Yeah. What? Sandra Bullock was in it.
Yes. Yeah, it was a very stupid movie. The first one's kind of stupid, but it was fun. This one is just.
It was fun because the two of them have such chemistry.
Yeah. Yep. U.S. Marshals. Well, to say it was a sequel to The Fugitive, I'm going to disagree. It wasn't a sequel to The Fugitive. It was just another movie with that cast, like on their next. It had nothing to do with The Fugitive. But, yeah, not a great movie. The Fugitive is great.
No.
But this movie wasn't that great. Dumb and Dumberer, When Harry Met Lloyd. Yeah, I remember that.
I remember what. Oh, wait.
Saturday Night Fever had a sequel called
Staying Alive. Yeah.
Now, we mentioned Stallone before. Didn't he direct this?
Yes.
He did?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, there it is, yeah. Yep. This one I didn't know. In 1981, a sequel to the Rocky Horror Picture Show came out.
Wow.
The original came out in 1975. What's it called? Shock Treatment, it's called. I had no idea.
What the hell's going on in there?
Where? Oh,
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
They're doing some stuff.
They're doing some stuff.
I think what they're doing is, I think he's got the, what do you call it? You got a stack of paper and you got to slice it, or you're cutting it.
A paper cutter?
Isn't that? No, there's a word for it, isn't there?
A paper cutter?
I thought there was a.
Yeah, it's a square and it's got this big chink.
Yes, but I thought there was another Mr. Fancy Words. I thought you would know.
I'm not fancy words. I speak regular English.
Do you? So yeah, those are movies that we didn't know had a sequel. What movies do you think were ruined with sequels? What movie franchise? What movies?
There are some Rocky movies, I think. Well, it wasn't ruined. It wasn't ruined because you know what?
He almost ruined Rocky with all those sequels. I mean, you still hear the joke sometimes. People are like, "Yeah, I went to go see Rocky '78."
Yeah, believe it or not, one of my favorites is Rocky Balboa. It was like
that's a good one.
I think it was the one before the Creed movies.
Correct.
And the Creed 1 I thought was really very well done.
I agree.
Creed 2, it was okay. It was not as good as 1.
And 3 was all right. There's a third.
There's a Creed 3? I don't think I've seen the third one.
The only thing I didn't like about Rocky Balboa, I just think there was a missed opportunity there. If he's going to kill off Adrian,
that's huge. That was huge.
There should have been a scene. It should have been on. It should have been in the movie. They're such iconic characters. They're such popular characters.
Yes.
And the two of them, it was such a great love story.
Oh, yeah.
To see the two of them saying goodbye.
Wow, that would have.
You almost want to cry just thinking about it.
Yeah.
That he should have had that in the movie. Whether it's just like whether the movie starts that way or maybe halfway through he's we know she's dead at that point, so maybe he just flashes back to it.
Yeah.
I just think he missed a very big opportunity. And
that's a good point. I never thought of that.
I think that would have been such a powerful scene. Probably one of the best cinematic scenes ever.
Done properly?
Done properly, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
Ream cutter, says Scott. Scott, who are you? Who are you? All right. So I think Back to the Future, like, I can't stand those sequels, 2 and 3. Mm-mm. I know people that love them, but
I didn't see them.
You didn't miss anything. Indiana Jones. I'm not a fan of any of them, even the original.
I'm glad you said that.
Oh, you're not either?
No, not really.
We agreed on something. I always thought
I thought it was all right.
I always thought
I just thought it was
I'm the minority. I always thought it was stupid. I never liked it.
Then we're both in the minority.
I'll watch anything with Karen Allen, but that would be my only reason for watching it. Of course, The Godfather. I mean, The Godfather 3 is just a mess, and that's another movie that they also re-edited and re-released it. I did think it was better.
1 and 2 were.
Oh, 1 and 2 are amazing.
Yeah.
But 3, what a piece of shit. I mean, you don't even know what's going on.
Is that when his daughter gets shot on the steps of the church at the end? Right, yeah.
It's so stupid. She gets shot.
But he confesses to the priest. Doesn't he confess?
And, she's banging her cousin, which was Andy Garcia.
Andy Garcia.
Like, what is this? Yeah, it was just bad.
Yeah.
But at least when they re-edited it, you could at least follow it. You understand what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw Godfather 3, I was like, what is happening here? This is awful. It's still awful in the re-edit, but at least you can follow a plot.
Do you agree with that they made another Gladiator?
Did they?
It just came out. I think you can stream it now.
Oh, yeah?
It came. Yeah.
I'll be honest. I barely remember the first one. I only saw it once, and I don't really remember.
Oh, wow. It's
yeah.
It's one of my favorite movies. It's probably in my top 20. Yeah.
Scott says he's using his ream cutter now on his ears. Oh, great.
Great. Have fun.
Yeah. Love to know who you are, pal.
Scott Van Gogh.
Are you a comedian? Are you a funny guy? My buddy Charlie's still calling. Did I tell you that?
I was here.
That's right. It was last Wednesday. He called. My apologies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Now that's the guy I want to know who that is. But all right. With that, it is just about time for us to get out of here. So
that'll make Scott happy, I guess.
Yes, I guess so. Yeah, you'll be happy to know, Scott, that we're done. But we're back tomorrow at 11 a.m., so please. So today is Wednesday.
So I have a question, though.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
So as your co-host on Wednesdays, right? So when you're doing your thing, ending the program and doing all the things, right? What am I supposed to do? That's why I fool around. There was a question.
Yeah. You could just, listen to the other person or.
Oh, I do. I always listen to you. I'm
no,
a good
you don't.
listener.
No,
Yes,
you
I
don't.
do. Oh, yes, I do.
No. You missed it before. I said the 4-way text. You didn't say that. Yes, I did. You don't do anything. You don't do anything.
Okay.
I'm just ending up the show.
Like a good Jewish fella.
Exactly. The Jew cat.
The Jew cat.
You can lick your paws since you're a Jew cat. Sorry. That was bad. All right, time for us to go. What do we got? It is Wednesday. We got Circling the Drain tonight at 7 o'clock. Coffee with the Dog tomorrow morning at 9. I'm back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. The guest tomorrow, as always, we do Musician Thursday. We have Irish singer Andy Cooney joining us in the studio tomorrow. Andy Cooney is a very famous Irish tenor. He tours the world, but he's from Long Island, and he tours the world. He's plays all over the place. My brother played with him once, and that's the connection.
Is he part of the Irish tenors? Do you know?
I do believe he is.
Because they're unbelievable.
I do believe he is one of them.
They're absolutely incredible, the Irish tenors.
All right, that's not him in the picture. At least I don't think it is.
Wow, he's going to be in here with you and Frank?
I don't think Frank. I think Frank again is doing
Zoom.
But no, he's not. My apologies. He's not one of the Irish tenors. I thought he was. I'll show you though. Andy Cooney. That's Andy Cooney. Yeah, Irish country skyline. Yeah, he does all sorts of. He tours the world. He plays all over the place.
That picture is like, if you lived next to him, you'd be afraid.
What's wrong with it?
Nothing. It's fine.
But I think that's a great thing to say since he's coming in tomorrow. Andy Cooney will be here with us tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Scott says, have a good day. You too, sir. Ann says, have a good day. You too. Fremder says, Michael Capju.
I like that, Capju.
And then tomorrow, and then I think that's it for tomorrow. Sports Bash, of course, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Oh, that too. That's something I wanted to talk about with you.
Who's he going to have on?
I don't know who he's got tomorrow.
Oh.
But, he's the new GM for the Dragons, the new indoor.
I thought you mentioned it or he mentioned it. The last time I saw him. That's really cool.
That's very cool. So I know you're a big football guy, so we'll have to hit him up for tickets and go.
Oh yeah, I wonder when that's starting.
Starts in June.
It does.
I want to say 14th. I don't know if I have that right, but it's definitely June. That I'm positive of.
But it can't go into the NFL season because it would probably crash and burn.
It's a brand new league. There's only 4 teams.
Oh, there's only 4 teams.
So, I think it starts in June. I think including playoffs. I'm pretty sure it's over in August.
Quick.
Yeah. There's only.
Are they all local, the teams?
I know one's in Jersey. I don't know where the other ones are. I don't know.
But it's going to be like the old arena football. Same thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which will be fun. Looking forward to that. So, okay. Ignore the haters, says Scott. Okay, we'll do.
What does that mean?
I don't know. So that's what's going on. Yeah, so, Circling the Drain tonight at 7. Coffee with the Dog tomorrow morning at 9. And then we're here with Andy Cooney tomorrow at 11. That's that. And then so that's Gov's Comedy Club podcast. Some of the comedians you'll see on a Governor's stage this weekend. So we got Governors in Levittown. We got the Brokerage in Belmore. We got McGuire's in Bohemia. Steve Ranasisi. Jay Moore. One Funny Lisa Marie. Mark Cagnon. Jay Nog. Go to govs.com. Check out the full schedule. Make some reservations. And don't forget, Knockem Dead Comedy. This Friday, we're at a wonderful restaurant called Cafe Spiga. It's in Mount Sinai, which is out out east. This is our second time there. We're going to have a lot of fun, so come join us if you can. Go to knockemdeadcomedy.com, get information on where we're going to be, as well as information on how you can hire us for your event. And we look forward to the end of April, where this man will be returning to Knockem Dead Comedy, performing with us. Looking forward to that. Very nice. All right, we are out of here. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show a quick video, and then we're going to end on that. I mentioned the skit that we were, with the asparagus. I'm going to play that for you. It's like 40 seconds. So we're going to play that, and then we're out of here. Everybody have a good day. See you later.
Dude, we are so years. We know this is going to be the move that you need to change your life.
Yeah, Mikey. I'm really excited for you, pal. This is good. New beginnings, baby.
Don't fuck it
Thank
up.
you very much. All right. Here it is. Email just came in.
Let's see. Let's go.
I did not get in.
You didn't get in. It's fucking Nassau Community College. What the hell's your goddamn problem?
Holy shit, are you fucking stupid?
What a stupid bum. You're going to be in your mother's
God.
basement for the rest of your life. What a fucking loser.
Fucking idiot.
Piece of shit.
Stupid as you look.